Yo guys, I'm back with an IEM Katowice video. I'm gonna talk about teams, upset potentials, good bats, if I can find them in lounge right now. And yeah, okay. So the tournament has 12 teams attending. They're split in two groups, 6 in each group obviously. Fnatic and the group A is Fnatic, Navi, Luminosity, Mount Sports, NIP, and the Mongols. They're gonna play best of ones tomorrow, and there are gonna be 15 best of ones played in each group. So tomorrow and Thursday, there's gonna be 30 best of ones played. That's a lot. There should be a lot of good bats, a lot of scoot odds. Like I love it. I love best of one LAN games. I just love them. I make huge profit, like almost in 80% of them of the tournaments. Yeah. So Group A, um, Fnatic should win the Group A, and the first place in each group qualifies for semis instantly. So I see Fnatic going to semis. And second and third place goes to quarterfinals, so that means 3 teams are out instantly. So I think the second and third place is gonna go to Navi and Luminosity, if none of them fuck up, which could be. There is actually a high possibility of like team NIP can go through easily. They're not bad anymore. Like I think from at least ESL games, and yeah, those are best of ones. You never know. You gotta be careful with them. Okay, so I'm gonna start with each team now. Fnatic. So Fnatic, what could I say about them? They're the best team in the world right now by quite some margin. They can beat every team. They got so much skill. Like they're such good aimers. They don't need a good in-game leader. They kicked Pronex and they somehow got better with no tactics. They don't even practice much in my opinion. They got like 30, 40 hours last 2 weeks. They're just incredible. I don't know, too much skill in one team. JW has been stepping up lately. Dennis got better as well. So I don't know, how can you upgrade that team? You cannot. They're just the best right now. I don't see them losing pretty much anyone. They should beat Navi. They always beat Navi. Luminosity could upset them. They have done it a few times in best of one, especially. So Mouse Sports. No, don't think they can. And NIP Fnatic is sometimes close as well. So the teams that could upset is NIP and Luminosity. And Mongols, yeah, I don't think they can. Okay, so let's go with Navi right now. Navi, they've put in a lot of work, like they usually do for these kind of tournaments. Guardian is the beast with AWP. Nothing much to say about him. He's just the best AWPer right now. But it's kind of weird. They have players in their team. I never liked Navi that much because the players, they are inconsistent as hell. They can just somehow show up, go massive, Edward or someone, Zeus, Seas, whatever, or they can just totally suck, and you cannot know when they're gonna suck. Like okay, you know when they're gonna suck online, but that's pretty much it. In LAN, they're 75% good, 25% bad games. You have to literally risk with each game when they're gonna be good and when they're gonna be bad. So teams teams that could upset Navi. Fnatic won't be an upset because it should happen. Luminosity always plays really close to Navi. They have close losses more than wins, and they're pretty much always in the same group because it's a good matchup. I think like tournament, no, like the tournament organizers rig the groups because this is always such a good matchup that people want to see it. Two really tactical teams going for the win. That's really good. But yeah, so Luminosity could win versus them. It's like a 50-50 pretty much, but Navi wins versus them most of the time, so I kinda expect for Navi to win. Most sports can beat Navi as well. They have done it on LAN this year actually as well, so wouldn't be surprised. NIP obviously they can as well, and Mongols like they could, but I don't know. They haven't put in the work for this land. They have 40 hours last 2 weeks, pretty much any of them on the Mongols team. I just somehow don't like it. You should be putting in a lot of hours for this. They were supposed to go to MLG qualifier. They got their Wizards denied, so I don't know. It's weird, it's weird, it's really weird. We're gonna get to them later though. Okay, Luminosity. They boot camped in Poland for 2 weeks, or at least a week. So they are definitely ready for this tournament. Fallon had like 120 hours last 2 weeks, and each other had like from 90 to 100. So Fallon has been watching demos, I would assume, but yeah, that's probably what he did. I don't know. Fallon is definitely ready to game lead, like to lead his team to victory. I could say they can beat Fnatic. They have higher chance of beating Fnatic than Navi got. Like the Navi team never wins versus Fnatic, as I said earlier. So they win every like 5th game. Luminosity does it better. So they can beat Fnatic, they can beat Navi, they can beat Mousesports, they can beat NIP, and they can beat Mongols. They should beat Mongols, they should beat Mousesports. They, like, NIP is so unpredictable right now. I don't want to touch them. You don't know how will they do. There's nothing to go off from. You cannot go off from online games. You just shouldn't do that. This is LAN, this is different. Okay, so Luminosity is gonna be pretty good underdog bet versus Fnatic. That's for sure, and they're gonna have close odds versus the rest of the teams. Probably overdogs versus Mousesports and Mongols should be. Yeah, okay. And next up is Mousesports. They just came back from NA MLG qualifier. They qualified for the major. They shouldn't be a treat in this tournament at all. They probably are jet lagged. They don't care about this tournament, even though it's 250k. I don't think they have the preparation come in for this tournament coming in. They just don't. They are happy they qualify for the major, and they gonna just play this tournament for the experience and whatnot. I don't know. They can beat like teams like Luminosity, Navi. They won't beat Fnatic, I'm pretty sure. And NiP. Actually, I think NiP is gonna win versus Mousesports just because they don't lose to teams they should win versus, like, you know, like if NiP is supposed to win versus Mousesports, Mongols, they probably will. They never do lose versus teams like that. I don't know. It's hard to explain. My English sucks somehow. I cannot put the words in the right places. So, NIP. I don't know. I cannot say anything much about Mousesports anymore. They have great lineup. They got skilled players, but they shouldn't. Yeah, they shouldn't be a threat in this tournament for any of these teams. They probably will fall out of the tournament early after the first day. So yeah, that's about it. NIP, as I said, the Black Horse. You never know. They got a good in-game leader now, which is, wait, yeah. If I'm not messing anything up, they got Threat as their in-game leader now, which is their coach. So he's actually putting in a lot of work. You could see that from Katowice's post to Twitter or Facebook, whatever. He posted that he's analyzing their games, what mistakes they do. That's actually really big for NiP. They had so many mistakes last year, easily fixable mistakes, but they didn't fix them. They just sucked. I don't know, it was hard to watch. So yeah, we have no info. How will they play this LAN? They have like around 90 to 100 hours last 2 weeks, so they're definitely ready. But you just never know. You cannot possibly think of how they're gonna play from online games. I don't know. They're just the dark horse. They can upset pretty much any team in this group. So yeah. Mongols, yeah, 40 hours last 2 weeks. Looks really bad. They did trash RNG Renegades in the Asian Minor qualifier, and actually qualified for IEM Katowice as well by winning versus Renegades in the final. But they are, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do really well versus these kind of teams. they can possibly beat most squads, and maybe Luminosity if they don't have enough info to go off from. But Luminosity should win versus them. I think the most upsets could happen versus Fnatic because I didn't just like do any analyzing or whatever for this tournament. They have the good old 30-40 hours for them. But it's Fnatic, they will probably just win close wins in best of ones. Like that's just gonna happen, I know it. And so yeah, Mongols could beat most sports. I don't know, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't wanna overhype them. But I would just skip matches where they are in. Like if they have like 10-15%, just skip the match. They can just go out, I don't know, lights out, playing really well, whatever. Just skip matches where Mongols are in. Okay, so that's the day one. I can go to lounge now and check the odds. Where's the good bets? So Fnatic Navi, you can bet on low on Navi if they're at these odds. It's gonna be okay for a best of one. Mao's NIP. NIP should win, pretty sure, but Mao's can pull an offset, but they just got back from an MLG qualifier, jet lag, whatnot. I would skip it. You don't know how Nit will perform, not worth the risk. LG Navi, it's like, yeah, it's actually, I think it is 45-55 for Navi. They just win versus LG so much. Even though it's best of one, we're gonna probably see something like Train, or I don't know. Just it's gonna be really close, but Navi somehow will pull through as always versus Luminosity. But if you don't want to take risks, just skip this match. I will probably skip it. You don't get much from any of these teams, not worth the bet. Always Mongols should drop more, and I think they will. So if they are around 20%, 25%, a bet on them is definitely worth it. They can upset Mao's, as I said before. Mao is just back and blah blah blah. So whatever. Low bet on Mongols is really good. They're like 25%. NIP Mongols, I would skip it. Like if Mongols win, their odds gonna go up. Not gonna be good bet anymore. Now NIP should win versus them. So yeah, just skip it. Fnatic LG. LG has definitely got an upset chance here. They have won versus Fnatic before in best of ones especially. It's not gonna surprise me if they do. So the best case scenario would be if Fnatic trashes Navi, which is pretty likely, and LG loses to Navi, which is pretty likely as well. So we're gonna have really sweet odds here. Like Luminosity will be at 20% or something. Shit, I don't know. It will make me happy. Even if they lose, it's gonna be a really good bet. Fnatic NIP. NIP definitely deserves more than 30%. They have good track record versus Fnatic. They can upset them. So again, a good bet on NIP. Always Navi. Like Maus can win, but they're just back and whatnot. So I would skip it. The odds will change a lot probably here. NIP Navi. NIP Navi. Again, you don't know how Nip will play, but they will have played 3 games before this, so I'll probably post on Twitter how they should do and what team you should place a bet on. So same with LG Mongols. I'm probably gonna update these late games on Twitter. Not worth the discussion here because I don't know how the odds will change. So yeah, hard to know anything. So that's about it for A group. Let's jump to the B one. So the B group is Envy, Astralis, Virtus Pro, FaZe, eFrag, and Tempo Storm. So the winner of this group will probably be Envy. They are the best team here, but I want to talk about Envy actually. Look at Kiyoshima's stats lately. This is all 2016. So he got 6 positive rating games. No, actually 7, I cannot count. That is pretty awful. He hasn't been performing at all. And the thing with Happy is that he's not the game leader anymore. MBK is, and he hasn't been doing really good as well. He was doing well in the early 2016, but he has dropped off. Like, and some, he's not bad or whatever. Like he just is just really inconsistent. And the same thing is with Apex. If he doesn't show up, Envy's probably gonna lose. If he does show up, they're like 90% gonna win the game. It's really weird. This group is really weird. They got Envy, Astralis versus Pro. You just don't know when will this team show up. Like Virtus Pro isn't bad as well. They have a bad start of 2016, but I don't know. This group makes my head hurt. It's so weird. So Envy, okay, I talked about them. They should win. They can win versus all of these teams. They should win versus like teams of Tempo, Efrag, FaZe. Actually, FaZe can. FaZe is the one interesting team here. They're gonna be really good odds. Astralis, so has not put in a lot of work. They got like 50 hours last 2 weeks, 40 hours last 2 weeks. And we actually has put in work. They usually have like 40 hours last 2 weeks for online games and all, but now they get like 60. That's okay actually. Envy has been trying to get ready for this. Astral is inconsistent as hell lately, pretty much always. They can choke still, haven't dropped that. They can win versus Envy, versus Virtus Pro, FaZe, Efrag, Tempo, I don't know. They can win versus anyone here. They can take the first place in the group. Virtus Pro, so this is really interesting. They have been flat out sucking dick in this year. So this is Taz, 3 positive games. This is Snacks, 4 positive games for Snacks. Like he was third best player in 2015 or something. Wow, 3 fucking positive. 4 positive games. How is that possible for a player like Snacks? I don't know. Pasha, 2 positive, 3 actually blind games in this year. This is flat out awful. He shouldn't be that bad. And then there's Neo. Fuck Bialy. 2, 3, 4 positive games. And yeah, actually I closed Neo, but Neo was the only good player here. Like he had somewhat okay, most of the games were okay for him. So yeah, Virtus Pro is super weird. They can just suddenly play out of their minds. It's Poland, it's Katowice. They won this fucking major like on 2014. They were really good, but somehow they dropped off. So I'm expecting them to lose to FaZe, which is just flat out blind call, because FaZe has been putting shit tons of work in, and they can win versus Astralis and Envy, of course. Probably odds are gonna be good for low bets. There are no games on launch yet for the second day, so I cannot talk about it. But yeah, okay, I don't know. Nothing. I cannot come to a conclusion for these 3 teams. Just there's nothing to say about them. It's almost like I'm trying to get something for an IP. I don't want to do that. FaZe. Like my personal view on them is that they're gonna wreck Virtus Pro. They can win versus Astralis Enemy as well, and they should win versus Efrag and Tempo. The reason being, they added Robin as coach. He's doing a lot of work, is my guess for them, and will be in-game leading if he's in this tourney as well with them, which is a big help for players like Rain, who was in-game leading, to play to his full potential and wreck faces like he should. And they were really bad at the start of this year. They just didn't have any prats in. They were on like 50 hours last 2 weeks or even less, when there were the 2 LAN tournaments early 2016, and they really played bad. So people will probably remember that they sucked before, and we're gonna have good odds in FaZe. That's the thing I'm looking forward to. They have put in tons of work. Like I've been checking them every week, and they have like 90, 100 hours all the time. pretty much all the time, 70 or something. EFrag, EFrag. They're gonna play with Punisher here again, because which was it? Dreamer, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's Dreamer. Has a WAC ban, which isn't his WAC ban or whatever. I don't want to comment on that. They have a lot of hours. Like most of the teams have around 100 hours last 2 weeks for this tournament put in. But I don't know. They are known to upset teams in best of ones LAN games. They have upset Envy. Probably some more, I just forgot. So betting on them, if they're under 20% against any of these teams, is gonna be worth it. But I wouldn't go much higher than ICB. Maybe a low bet is good as well, because I don't just feel it. I had a feeling they can upset Envy when they did upset them, but I didn't bet, but at least I had the feeling. Now I don't. I guess it's because of Punisher, but whatever. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Envy usually sucks bad at the start of tournaments, so they're gonna probably lose to the first game, which is versus Astralis, is my guess. And if replaces FaZe first game, FaZe will win. I think everything's my opinion. Remember that. Don't take it as granted. So EFrag can win versus Tempo. It's probably gonna have good odds if they haven't. Oh, that's the second game. If they don't win versus FaZe, this game is gonna have good odds. It's Tempo's first game, so EFrag bet would be really viable there, I think. But yeah, I don't see them not upsetting. Like they can win versus Virtus Pro because it's Virtus Pro right now. You have no clue how will they play, but I don't think they can beat Envy or Astralis, even though it's best of ones. But low bet on them is good still. It's best of one. I don't know. I keep repeating myself. So Tempo Storm was supposed to qualify for the majors, I guess, but Flipside really stumped them. Just that was brutal. That was 65-65 scorelines. That's brutal. Probably hurt them a lot that they're not going to the major, but they can still win versus these teams. Like they have the firepower. Henny is pretty good, but the thing is, it's the first showing for Tempo Storm in this kind of line where there are 4 really good teams in their group, just in their group. It's gonna be really hard for them. That's like with the Mongols, I would skip most of games where Tempo is in. Like maybe I could risk betting on them versus FaZe or EFrag. Like EFrag wouldn't be a risk, and I would actually bet EFrag because they're probably gonna be underdogs. But Tempo, I don't see them upsetting Envy or Astralis. This same story with EFrag. Just I think FaZe will crush EFrag. I'm confused with my words, like I don't know. But Tempo, it's gonna be really hard for them. I'm lost. I don't know what I want to say about them. Sorry. So 3 teams falling out would be should be EFrag and Tempo plus I don't know. And for Group 8 will be Mongols and Most Sports, and hard to call the last one as well. The winners are Fnatic Envy, probably Fnatic I'm like 80% sure, Envy I'm like 60% sure. But yeah, I could comment on these best of ones second day if you want on another video, which I could do tomorrow because the games are not on launch and I don't see the odds yet. So that's about it for the IEM.